Greetings. I am Alkin Candelaria, a first-year graduate student of the University of the Philippines Open University. In this Tech Talk video, I'll be tackling on digital distraction, in which it is an observable dilemma that anyone, not just students, might experience. I will use how igiglobal.com defines digital distraction. It occurs when digital devices are used for activities unrelated to class time or work time. This often includes text messaging, emailing, web surfing, using social media, and playing games, and there's a lot more. So what are these digital devices? We'll use the definition found in yourdictionary.com. It is a physical unit of equipment that contains a computer or microcontroller. An example of using such device is how I'm recording this video. What I'm using is a mobile phone, or commonly called a smartphone. We can infer that the use of smartphone is one of the greatest digital distraction at present day. As I'm also a student, let us associate digital distraction with online or distance learning, especially at this time of pandemic. I read a thematic study about identifying the challenges of grade school children to online distance learning. Kalugan presented that a challenge under physical and digital distraction is the lack of concentration. A lack of concentration is really common in kids, and that parental or guardian supervision is necessary. Amadoro published a tech news article that further described the problem. It is attributed to a short attention span, wherein Amadoro indicated that due to the lack of interaction during online class, we tend to get distracted easily on our smartphones or pets and deliveries, rather than the ongoing class lessons. Batty and Gora mentioned in their research paper that students use technology in the classroom for a purpose other than the learning activity. By now, we can agree that distractions impede the learning process. So much more, I occasionally tend to be distracted from studying or working caused by unrelated web browsing or going through social media feeds such as Instagram. Most of us fail to realize that we not only distract ourselves, but we affect others indirectly with these technologies. So, let's list down some bad impacts of being digitally distracted. 1. Difficulty to concentrate. Definitely, it's hard to concentrate. At the age where digital information is easily accessible and our subconscious need to know and have fun, we habitually use our mobile gadgets or technology to do so. As an example, when we are bored from studying or working, we generally tend to distract ourselves by any means, which leads to the usage of digital devices. Oftentimes, we play on our phones, laptop, desktop computers, or game consoles, or taking minutes to hours linked in Facebook or any social media. 2. Skipping out on responsibilities. We might be struggling to meet deadlines at school or in work as we keep on procrastinating. It might affect the students' grades or work tasks if majority of their time is focused on these digital distractions. 3. Sleep deprivation. On numerous occasions, we lose a decent amount of sleep due to excessive use of phone, tablets, or computers. People are so caught up with using this technology, they lose track of time to get some sleep. To add, improper sleeping routines may lead to health problems. Now, I can continue on and on about the bad impacts, but allow me to shed some light onto the good it may bring out. Digital distractions can make us better. How? Our personal technologies or digital devices help shift our attention away from negative experiences or pain. It allows us control over undesirable action. Nir Eyal mentioned in his article that distractions are often seen as a bad thing, but that's not always the case. As we are still in this pandemic, one's way of coping up from a bad incident or eventualities is to distract themselves using digital technology. People have their own struggles or challenges, so let me remind you not to judge them so quickly. Second, a deserved break. Distracting ourselves from the lethal routine of doing cognitive demanding tasks. Work or study is hard depending on the individual, but it doesn't mean we have to exert so much into it that we lose the value of our peace of mind. Being over fatigued or under constant pressure is bad, so it's okay to have a breather. One's choice might to take a nap, but for some, browsing or playing at their phone. Like me, for example, I binge watch movies or series on Netflix during weekends after a stressful week at work. It's one of my means of relaxation. Technology isn't the issue here. The problem is how you use it and keep on using it. We cannot simply turn off these devices as these tools make our lives easier. What we can do is lay down personal rules and take accountability of our digital distraction. Here are some actions I recommend. 1. Control your notifications. Take control of your apps or devices' notifications. It will break the habit of waiting and looking at this always. Frankly speaking, this is what I do right now on my smartphone. 2. Set timers and restrictions. Setting a time is actually the simplest way of suppressing excessive use of the device. You can also limit the use of the device on yourself or others once the task is or work has been accomplished. Use the do not disturb mode if you have to. 3. Balance is key. We cannot expect that we are able to avoid digital distractions all the time. What we must do is strive to find that balance. Set boundaries if needed. We cannot shut down the device totally, but what we can do is to filter our actions of using it. Let us continue to improve our ability to manage and handle these digital distractions. Once we are comfortable in controlling these distractions, we can then impart tips or what we know through our experiences in order to support others in their adversity. Again, this is Alkin and thank you for listening.